Hello, I'm Celestiele, and I'm learning how to navigate modded Minecraft with the help of Protius, a veteran modded player. Welcome to the modded Minecraft classroom.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the modded Minecraft classroom. We are here for another lesson with Celestiele.
Hi.
And
I'd wave, but I'd hit you.
Here, let me move.
Hi.
I'm very bad at this whole moving an F5 thing. But yeah. So, because it is the simplest of today's lessons, we're starting with the Waystones mod.
Yeah, I
Waystones,
recognize
yes.
that thing in the middle.
Yes.
Nothing
So,
else, but I recognize it.
yeah. The most common thing is, of course, the actual Waystone. Imagine me doing the Vanna White reveal here.
Uh-huh.
Um, and you know that you can click on it to activate it, and then you can also use it to. I'm going to turn this green beam off. There we go. You can also use it to teleport between linked activated Waystones.
Right. I'm going to click on
Well,
it, right-click, and it gives you all of the
yep,
different
and then
waystones. So obviously I have clicked on a fair
a
number of
bunch. Yeah,
waystones because I've got like 50 of them.
I've only
Okay.
got 3.
Okay.
So, then in the corner over here, you'll see this called the Port Stone.
Okay.
And what this is a
Shiny.
a destination only waystone. So you can leave from it to go to any waystone, but you cannot come back to it.
Okay. And I also right click to get into. Oh, yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think you have to activate it. You just right click on it and it opens the interface.
It does.
Because it's not a destination. It cannot be teleported to.
Okay. But it's so pretty.
I'm not sure what you would use it for, because most places you want to go to and go back. So
Right.
it's cool, but
Now, is that something you can craft?
yes,
Okay.
it's actually, these are all relatively simple crafting recipes. I didn't lay them out because they're mostly just stone and
So
the warp
stone
stone
and a
in the
warp
middle.
stone.
And the warp stone is the one that requires the 4 ender pearls.
Okay. And purple dye and an emerald.
Yeah,
Okay.
the ender pearls are the hardest part of that for us.
Right. They don't want to drop them.
Enderman, I know. We're gonna have to get looting on our swords.
So
Go
this
spend some
would
time in a warp forest.
something like this would come in handy for when I'm out traveling and I cannot find a waystone and I don't have one with me and I just want to go home.
Yes, but then
But
you can't
then,
come back,
right.
and you can't pick it
Which,
up afterwards. So, and since the waystones also cost a warp stone, it would be more economical to put a waystone down.
okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't
Um,
actually, uh, JEI. I didn't look at the crafting recipe for a waystone. Okay,
ah,
so that one takes obsidian. So it's
mm-hmm.
not just stone, it's obsidian, stone bricks, and a warp stone.
Yeah, the warp stone is the worst part, anyways.
Okay.
I don't have one because I forgot. But warp stones you can use like a portable waystone. So
Okay.
you get
Oops.
one and you right click, and it I think it's hold right click, and then it opens the waystone teleportation interface. They do have
Okay.
durability or limited use,
Mm-hmm.
but they are also a good way to disappear.
To move
So
around. Okay.
yeah, since we have 4 ender pearls, you may want to make one for when you go exploring,
Okay.
so
Well,
that
I've
you
been
can return
I've been
home.
lucky so far. I found a couple of waystones just out in the middle of a field or in the forest that I've
Uh
just
huh.
been
Taken.
taking. So
Yeah.
I have a couple of really
Okay.
cute ones. I got some sandstone ones. I got a mossy one. they're
Yeah.
they're very interesting. Okay.
All right. Next is the share stone. These are more intended for larger multiplayer servers,
Mm-hmm.
um, because they do not require activation.
Okay.
So if we had like 10 people on here and everybody put down a share stone at their home base,
Mm-hmm.
and then we had like one at central spawn location. Anybody new to the game, or we had community areas like farms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can right click on it, and since this is the only one in the world, you only see this one.
Right.
But you could right click on it, and it would give you a list of every single one that exists on the server
Okay.
without having to activate any of them.
Right. Because the waystones you actually have to see and activate for yourself.
Right.
So like you don't see
Yeah.
any of the ones that I've already activated.
Right.
Because
I
you
only
haven't
see the like
physically done it.
3 that I've activated.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is
these,
more multi-use.
yeah,
These are nice to have for. I probably should have put
yeah.
one of those at the new base for you.
Well, they also cost a warp stone, so we don't have, because this
All
one.
right. Let
Remember,
me.
the classroom is a holodeck.
Yes. So if I go into the share stone to see that. Okay. So
Yeah.
stone, also
Almost the same as a
obsidian.
waystone.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
And then the last thing we have here is stuff that I will definitely want to make use of because they're cool.
Okay.
Is a warp plate. And these are relatively inexpensive. They only cost 1 ender pearl per if you go down the JEI rabbit hole for them.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So we need warp
but,
dust and flint.
yeah.
Okay.
So, what these are is linked teleporters. So if you right click on it, you'll see there's an attuned shard in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And an attuned shard, when you first place down a warp plate,
Mm-hmm.
it's in each of the 4 outside boxes is the warp dust and the flint in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is the warp dust attunes itself to this warp plate.
Okay.
So if you mouse over the attuned shard, you'll see that the text there does not match the text in the upper right-hand corner of the interface. In this case, there's blue and orange, so it's easy to tell the difference.
Right.
Do you see that?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to explain what it means in a minute.
Okay.
So this attuned shard is actually attuned to that warp plate in that corner over there.
That one. Okay.
So if you right click on that, that one has the identification that's in that blue color.
Okay.
So now, are you in the inventory? Oh yeah, just watch the warp plate real quick
Okay.
from not in the inventory.
From
Ready?
in the interface or just watching it?
Not in.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just watching it. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hi.
So what these are is linked teleporters.
Okay.
So this one will teleport me back over there.
Very Enderman-like.
Yes.
So how do you actually use it?
So you take the attuned shard
Uh-huh.
out of this one. So the one that's in there came
Yeah.
from this one when I placed it down. And I
Okay.
took it out and I put it in that one. And then I took the one from there out and put it in this one. So they're linked to each other. So I can go back and forth between the two as much as I'd like.
Right, but how do you... Oh.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You just step on it.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nifty.
So that's Waystones.
Okay. Very cool.
Pretty
That is
simple mod.
way more advanced than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a click on a waystone and you're good to go.
No, the mod
Apparently
does have
not.
some depth. I just don't use it very often because I hate the nether portal noise.
Right.
That's my primary reason. Okay. Here we are
Okay.
at storage drawers now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 9 things laid out for you to look at. We'll start with the blocks on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
This one on the left is a compacting drawer.
Okay.
I don't have the recipes laid out, so you'll have to show them off in JEI.
Compacting drawer. So
Yep.
the normal storage drawers of any type, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Some pistons, some stone, and iron.
Yep.
Okay.
So what this does is it allows you to place
Oops.
compact your items down. So we use metals as an example. If I take an iron nugget and I place it in the bottom right section, which you can see is blocked off right now,
Mm-hmm.
um, it will display a count of how many nuggets I have,
Mm-hmm.
and then next to it how many ingots I have, and then above that how many blocks I have. So if I have a stack of iron blocks and I put them in here, it'll tell me how many ingots are in a stack of iron blocks, how many nuggets are in a stack of iron blocks.
And would you be able to remove them as nuggets?
Yes.
So you don't have to mess with the
Convert
crafting
them.
table.
Correct.
Oh.
And if you just
Oh,
put them
that's
back
nice.
in as any of the three, it'll automatically just add them to the tally.
Oh, that would come in handy
Yeah.
actually on a vanilla server I'm on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been making a lot of iron nuggets into ingots lately. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
It does have some problems later when we get to advanced storage solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get to those, we won't be using the compacting drawers.
Okay.
But they're good for now.
All right. Sounds good.
Next up is the drawer controller, and this thing is probably the most important block in the entire mod. What it does is it links a bunch of drawers together. So you know how we have those like 8 drawers on the wall
Mm-hmm.
in our house?
Yes.
If I put a drawer controller next to that, it would link them all so that they count as one drawer for certain purposes. For instance, if you have any items in your inventory that are in any drawers connected to a drawer controller,
Mm-hmm.
and you right click on the, or is it left? No, right click on the drawer to
Place them in.
to place them in. If you double right click on a drawer controller, all items in your inventory that are part of the drawer network will go into the drawers without you having to individually put them into each one.
Okay. I can see that coming in handy sometimes and being a pain in others.
Um, yeah, you can't take anything out from the drawer controller
Mm-hmm.
that way, but you can put everything in. It can be a bit of a pain sometimes.
That's nice if you're emptying your pockets from a build or something.
Yep. It's also useful for automated storage because the drawer controller can be piped to and from with modded pipes and stuff, and hoppers even.
Okay. And it's a little more expensive. I see a diamond and some
Yes.
comparators.
Yep.
So,
That's why we don't. Yeah, we don't really need one yet, so that's why I haven't made any.
okay.
And it searches any drawer connected, so they have to be touching on a face. No diagonals or anything touching
Okay.
the drawer controller, or a drawer touching the drawer controller up to 12 blocks away in each direction. It'll work.
Okay.
Um,
So,
yeah.
think
So you
like
can get a lot of
piston
drawers.
distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah. This next block is the trim block. I chose oak trim because that's the most common one we have right now, but it comes in all of the vanilla wood varieties.
Okay.
Um, and what trim does is it actually allows you to create diagonals for your drawers and still have them connected to the controller. It's still only a 12 block distance, but I could have a corner with no drawers in it and put the trim in it instead,
Okay.
and it would
So,
connect the row.
a drawer here and a drawer here would still be this drawer would still be connected because of the trim.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a inventory-less drawer.
Okay.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the kitchen counters from last time.
Yes. Very
I
similar.
mean the corner, kitchen corners
The
from
corner
last
kit.
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Very similar.
All right. So
Um,
useful.
yeah.
And
And
then
then
we talked about these
these
upgrades.
a little bit. Was it off camera though? It might have been off camera.
No, it's in my video.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Um, but these are the three most common types. There's the basic upgrade template, the void
Mm-hmm.
upgrade, and then a storage upgrade. I put the highest one in there because it's the best one. The other types of upgrades don't really get used very often because they're very specific use cases. And so if we need any of them in the future, we'll go over them then.
Yeah, creative storage upgrade, redstone upgrade, fill level upgrade, and the storage upgrades. Okay. The
Because the
keys
more
we did
information,
not talk about.
sorry, yeah, the more information you put on the front of a drawer,
Mm-hmm.
the laggier your game gets.
Right, that makes sense.
So if you have a giant wall of drawers with all of the like display enhancing upgrades on it, your frame rate will tank as soon as you walk into the room. Um,
It's not
yeah,
unlike other storage systems in vanilla.
correct. Yeah, yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Except less item frames. Yeah.
Yeah. So the key.
Yes. So we have three different types of keys. The first one on the left is the drawer key, and what it does is it locks drawers so that you can only place um, the item that is currently in the drawer into the drawer,
Okay, and that
even if you
takes
take all of the item out.
so that takes an upgrade template, gold ingots, and a gold nugget.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then
And this is
the second.
useful. Hold on, real quick. This is useful.
Yep.
The it keeps other items from being able to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So I
So
think we
like if you
talked
have a hopper going in.
right.
Yeah.
We had talked about that with the bonsai pots.
Yep.
If the 4 slots have something very specific in it, if it wasn't locked and I pulled out all of the items for like all of the fruit, then sticks could fill there.
Yep. And
Okay.
then you would stop getting fruit because it would have nowhere to put it.
Right. We don't want that.
Yep.
So definitely
No.
lock the bonsai pots. Got it.
Yep.
I mean the storage drawers under the bonsai pots.
Yes. And you can lock an empty storage drawer. And then what that does is the first item that you put into a locked storage drawer will become the default item for the storage drawer.
Okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
Next key is the Quantify key.
Yes. So the Quantify key is just a display toggle. And what it does is it tells you how many of the item in the drawer are in the drawer.
Okay.
That's it.
And it requires a drawer key and a book and quill.
Yep. That's all it does.
Oh, so it just gives you a number.
Mm-hmm. I use it because
That's
I like
handy.
knowing exactly how much is in there.
Yeah, that is definitely handy, especially like I've been using that on our storage drawers to know whether or
Yep.
not I can take out several stacks of something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a
Right.
concealment
And
key.
the concealment key is basically to reduce that FPS drop on large storage drawer systems. What it does is it blanks out the front of the storage drawer, so no information at all will be displayed on it.
So you better know what's in that drawer
Yes.
or hover over it, because
Or,
hovering over it would still give you in the
yep.
probe thingy.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Or
that one.
if you're using it for automation, it doesn't matter.
Right. All right.
All
Oh, I
right.
recognize this flower.
Yes. This is an example, but
Yay.
yes.
Botania.
So, Botania, the not magical flower mod.
Right. Right.
Um,
I'm going to have such a hard time remembering that. It looks magical.
yes. Well, the author of the mod is very adamant that it is a tech mod that uses flower power. Power, not magic.
Right.
Um, but so there are 16 types of mystical color flowers. The white one is the one that you have to use to start the entire mod.
Oh, okay.
So that's why when you found a white one, I was like, yay! But we have all of them now, I
We do
think,
have
right?
all of them, yes.
Okay. So I got everything I needed. So now, if you take one of these flowers, if you look in your inventory or in your JEI, you can convert the flower into petals, right?
Uh,
In this case, mystical white petals because it's a white flower.
do I right click in JEI? Yes, there we go.
Yes.
Okay, so convert it to a white petal.
Yep. So you get 2 per white flower.
Okay.
Um, and then the next step will be to make one of these. And this is a Petal Apothecary.
Petal Apothecary. Okay, and I
Yep.
need 1 petal, a couple of slabs, and some cobblestone.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty simple. It's an entry level
And then
thing.
you just
And then
put water in there with just like a cauldron.
yeah.
Okay.
But you can only fit 1 bucket at a time.
Right.
So now we're going to, excuse me. Now we're going to make the first flower that you always make in Botania. And the way you use the Petal Apothecary is you drop the required ingredients into the water, and then you drop a wheat seeds into the water to complete the recipe.
Okay.
And it will consume the ingredients and the water and give you the flower. So, for this specific recipe, it is a pure daisy, which you can look up in JEI.
Okay. So mystical white petal.
And, yep, you'll see that it has 4 white petals around the apothecary.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is you need 4 white petals to craft the flower.
Okay.
So I like to stand on top of it and use Q or whatever your hotkey is to drop the petals one by one
Oh,
into the water.
and I'm hovering over and it's giving me the so you need
Hmm.
wheat seeds now.
Yep. So this is how you know that the recipe is correct, is that it'll tell you with the little check
With the little
mark
check
that
mark.
you've got it. Yep. So then I drop the wheat seeds in,
Ooh.
and now I have a pure daisy,
All right then. And that's what this
which
is.
is, yes, on the floor behind you.
So
So
now the
go
wheat
ahead.
seeds were not in the JEI.
Mm-mm.
So do you always need wheat seeds?
Yes.
Okay.
For every recipe you do in the apothecary, you must have wheat seeds.
Okay. So I should
Even the
stop
super
composting
complex
those.
ones. Nah, we'll always have more than we ever need.
Okay.
We don't use the apothecary that much, except for at the beginning of Botania.
Okay.
Later on, there will create less flowers, or fewer flowers, rather.
Okay. So
So,
pure daisy.
yep. So if you right-click on it and you go to the Pure Daisy tab in JEI,
Uh-huh.
and it'll show you all the things you can convert to other things
Oh.
using the Pure Daisy.
Ooh. Living rock and living
Yes,
wood.
they are pretty.
They are very pretty.
And now you know how to make them. Well, you will. So, if you take stone or
Ooh. Sand just became renewable.
sand is already renewable
Oh.
because modded.
Well,
Um,
fine.
um, so if you take stone, it has to be
Mm-hmm.
stone, vanilla stone,
Mm-hmm.
or any logs. It should work with modded logs. And you place them in this formation around the pure daisy. It has to be on the same level as the flower, and it has to be within this 8 blocks. Nothing else works.
So these two like backwards L's.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I only did this to have 4 and 4, so we have an example of everything.
Oh, so I could do
Um,
all stone or all wood.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Or you could do a mismatch of all of them. It doesn't really matter. I just
Okay.
did this as an example.
Ah!
And it takes approximately a minute for this to happen. Actually, it's exactly a minute. And it's a 60-second timer.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And then you get living rock and living wood logs. That's different, actually. We never used to get living wood logs. It used to be just straight living wood. So now,
Oh, they're so pretty.
stupid magnet. Hold on. I was trying to give you the stuff and it wouldn't work.
I think I got some of it. I happen to be in the I'm going down the JEI rabbit hole. So I can make an axe, a nutrifier, I don't even know what that is, a slab, I know what that is, a botanical brewery. Oh wow, that
We'll
looks,
get to that. That's
yeah,
advanced. We'll
that's
get to that
advanced.
later.
Well, there's 11 pages of crafting.
Mm-hmm.
A runic altar. A runic altar, and this is a tech mod?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to kid himself. Just saying.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Runic altar. Okay. Yeah, these are really pretty.
Yep. So those are basically the bread and butter of the whole mod. Most of the stuff that you make with the mod will be crafted using those two or the 16 different colors of flowers.
Okay.
Um,
Which we have. Now, we need to keep finding them, don't we?
no, they are renewable
Okay.
infinitely. Um,
So,
if yeah, I don't have a setup to demonstrate that, but if you plant a petal on grass, or yeah, on grass, and then bone meal it, you'll get a 2 tall flower. If you take the 2 tall flower and cut it down with shears, you get the 2 tall flower, and that turns into 4 petals. So for 1 petal, you get 4.
okay. So
Yep.
basically what you're saying is that I need to start a garden with 2 tall flowers.
Mm, we don't need that many of them, so it's easier just to be like, oh, I need a bunch of this type of flower, bone meal a bunch, get a bunch of petals, and then use them.
Okay.
Because most of them are only used in like 1 or 2 flowers.
Okay. So,
The
but
white
we
ones
will
you might want
probably
to.
need several pure daisies, or we're going to be stuck having to do 8 blocks at a time.
Yeah, generally people make like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
You can do like half a stack at once. So here we have 3 new items. We have the mana pool, which is basically just 5 living rock.
Mm-hmm. So
Should be just 5 living rock.
a boat of living rock.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, there is the diluted mana pool, which is not really useful. And then there's the fabulous mana pool, which is decorative and hilarious because it um, does the same thing as this mana pool, but it cycles through the colors of the rainbow.
And the everlasting guilty pool.
That's the creative pool. It's only really in there for testing purposes. So, like if you go
Oh.
into a creative test world, you don't have to generate mana. You just have the pool full of infinite mana.
Oh, okay.
In some expert packs, you can craft it as like an end game, hey, you beat the pack kind of deal, but
Right.
not in this one.
Okay. And this is for what? Like what do we
This is
use this for?
basically power storage.
Okay.
So mana is what the mod calls its source of power or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it's stored in these mana pools. And a lot of crafting recipes require mana from mana pools in order to make things.
Mm-hmm. But
There's
not a
also a bunch of
magic wand.
recipes that you
Mm-hmm.
drop items into a mana pool with a certain amount of mana, and it returns a different item.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But not a
Most of
magic
them are
wand.
crafting ingredients. It's not a magic wand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is a mana spreader. It takes mana from one source and puts it to another source. In this case, it is going towards the mana pool and
Oops.
taking from these flowers. And these are Endo Flames.
Okay, so glimmering. Oh, glimmering is one of the other options. We can use regular living wood.
Yeah. Any
A
any
mushroom
living
or a
wood
petal, and
and a
some
petal and a
gold.
golden. Yep. That recipe has not changed in years.
Okay, and these are endo flames.
Yep. So these are in a category of flowers known as generating flora.
Mm-hmm.
So there are certain flowers that generate mana, there are certain flowers that use mana, and then there are other flowers like the pure daisy that have a function that neither uses nor produces mana.
Okay.
Um, these are furnaces, basically. You drop any furnace burnable on them, like, for instance, some wood, and they consume it.
Oh, that's cool.
And they pass their mana to the spreader, which then shoots this green beam of mana. And there you go.
Oh,
That was a very tiny amount because it was wood, but it was just a demonstration.
okay. So
Yep,
furnaces that look pretty.
basically. Um,
And is the
and
distance, does the distance matter between them?
there is a distance limitation, but the mod's not big on numbers, so I have no idea what it is.
Okay. And once we have the mana, we can do
Stuff
other
with it.
things.
Yeah.
Stuff and things.
We won't get to that today because that's a little bit much.
Okay. And so
Um,
these endo flames, I was just looking at their
recipe.
recipe. So it looks like brown shimmering mushroom or brown petal,
Mm-hmm.
a red shimmering mushroom or red petal, and a light gray. It's just bouncing back and forth between. So it brown, red, and light gray.
Yep.
And wheat seeds.
Yep.
Because wheat seeds are not put in here.
No, but they are always there.
Okay.
Um, we never use the mushrooms because they're not renewable and they're rare to find. They're
Okay.
kind of useless, honestly.
Well, I found
So
some,
we
so
just use the petals.
we
Yeah,
may
but
have
they're
some.
they're not.
I could use them for
They're.
decoration.
I mean, you could. I think they give off light, but like as far as using them in the recipes, it's not worth it when the petals are renewable.
Okay.
Yeah. I know I've got this huge space marked out for Botania, but that's it.
Well,
That's all
that's it for
I
today.
have for today. For today, yeah.
Yeah, Botania. I mean, I can see on the JEI that Botania has a lot.
Oh yes.
So we're here, and our complex is coming along. This is the main like house building that you've seen before. We've got the mystical agriculture stuff back there, and one of the details I want to do on this building is going to require a specific plant or else a specific type of block that I can only get by using Britannia. So this is going to be our Britannia setup, maybe temporary. It's hard to say. I have a couple of things set up here. I will have two more, but I need to make another pure daisy. So I'm going to come over to the apothecary and we're going to throw 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's kind of cool. And oops, the seeds and the water gets used and I have another pure daisy. And if I'm not mistaken, I can Can I use cobble or does it have to be stone? I don't know if I can use cobble. What if I do that? That may not work. So I'm going to go smelt a couple of these. Oh. Let's put that in there. And it takes a minute and a half or so. So we'll know in a few minutes whether that worked. And then I also want to, let's change some oak logs into the living wood. And we'll see if this works. Oh, yeah. Okay, so cobble does not work because I can already see the sparkles happening here. So let's go get some regular stone. Let's do another one. And we'll see what happens when we come back. Okay, it's working. I need 2 more daisies. How do I get the daisies? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Mushroom or the white petal. Okay. So I need to go get some more white flowers. Oh! Oh, that's cool. I misplaced this one. There we go. So cool! Alright, so I can break those. And break those. And this is the living wood planks. I really, really like the living wood planks. I need to go make some more stone. So I'm going to do this for a while, and I actually plan to use it as the trim in between each floor. The living wood stone, or living rock rather. So I believe I can put it in here and I can get all of these. And then I might even be able to change it in the mason's table. No. Okay, so just on the stone cutter. But it's very pretty. That's a furnace. It's very, very pretty. I like this stone a lot. And I really like the logs as well. They have a nice rich color. So we're going to be building a little bit with that. But I need to make a lot more of it. All right, y'all, I promised I would show you how good granite can look. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? There's actually going to be another type of block that's up here, but it's in my chest up there right now. And so I have built this up a little bit more. Let's go down where you guys can see. And I have also started to put the glass domes around. So that is my plan for each of these. I also got really, really tired of Enderman trampling stuff and putting like grass blocks and dirt blocks along the path. I can't stop them from the path unless I dome the whole thing. And I don't have plans to do that at this point in time. But I can dome the farms themselves. And hopefully there won't be any situations. Also, I now have 4 skeleton horses. I did not realize it was there when I triggered it, and by the time I had triggered it, I didn't have time to start my recording and load up OBS and everything. So we have 4 skeleton horses. Getting them out of the water and into this pen was kind of a pain, but eventually I will be moving them from there because I don't want them in this general area. And then we have the start of the central building, which I don't think is going to have much else happening in this area. I think this is just going to be like one of those lobby things, and then the center is the elevator, so I can't really hang anything from the center, but I could probably bring like chandeliers or something down. We don't really need the light. And then, of course, down below, whoops, not this one. I have to go over here for the down below because there's something in the center. So down here we have the mystical agriculture storage and the altar setup, and then the seed processor. So that is that section. And then I built this underwater tunnel so that we could go back and forth without having to go up and down the mountain, because that was really a pain. Not that this is much better, but at least it's straight. And then we have the Botania setup over there. So you can kind of see it from here, and I have the nether portal set up. So that's where we are going to go. There is more to this building. It's going to go a lot higher, but for now, this is what we have, and then the domes for the mystical agriculture. And I don't know why the windmills look so funky, like they're trying to catch up. Like that one's fine, that one's fine, but some of the farther away ones, I don't know, and that one's fine. One inside the dome. It's just a visual glitch. But I told you I was doing the Botania because I wanted to build with it. At this point, that's all I want to do, is I want to basically line the outside of each floor with the living rock. So that's my plan for right now. And for that, I, again, need a lot of living rock. I also have to build the rest of the layers. There's going to be roughly, well, I might not do a full 16. I may just go like rainbow or something like that. So there might just be 7. But I definitely want it to go higher, because this is going to be kind of a modern-esque area. We've got the warehouse here. We've got a little building here. This is also going to be a little bit taller, but not by much. And then very flat roofs. I love the spruce wood floors in here. And then I have the living wood pedestals next to the apothecary. So I think that is all I have for you today. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you next time.